Okay, great start. I was excited about the crowd first and foremost. Our players, marketing department, administration worked really hard to put Kids Day today together. And, I'm really excited not only about what they did in terms of getting these elementary school kids here, but the future of it too. So hopefully word spreads. And that's where I need you all to spread the word a little bit in the media, and some of the schools that didn't get to participate can sign on next year. So first and foremost, really excited about that. I know the players appreciate running out to a crowd of 1,700 so, and so that was definitely a lot of fun. And I think it showed with the tempo we played how excited they were to just get out on the floor. I thought we did a great job playing off of our defense and turning it into offense. The game got a little bit choppy there in the second half, which we got to learn from. But all in all, really good start to the season. Liked a lot of the things I saw, and the things that I didn't like, we will go to work on and continue to get better. So, very good start for us.
Coach, so, you talk about the atmosphere there, and I know, coming in last year, it just felt really different because, the kids are there. It's a completely different sort of energy that we get. So how much do you think that affected you guys?
Well, maybe that's a better question for the players. But, I know on my end I've been through a few of these. We did this at my previous stop and got it built up to over 2,000, I think, at one point. I think we can even go bigger here with all the schools in the area. Every player wants to do it to cheers, and everybody wants to get a crowd going. And it's a lot of fun when you run the floor, lay it up, and get fouled, and the crowd goes nuts. And so not only was it a good crowd, but they were into it. The DJ did a great job. I mean, the whole atmosphere was tremendous, from the lights going down and the smoke on the floor, and I think the players appreciate that. And I know I do, and I'm just appreciative of our administration working so hard to make the environment what it was today.
Yeah, and then same question to you two. Joey, you want to go first?
I know all of us, from a player standpoint, we're really excited to have all the kids come today because we've been in the schools with them. We've met some of them. We've had a really good time working with them up until this point. So then to have them come and support us at our first game, I know meant a lot to us. And then also with the new things that we got to do this year, with the starting lineup and the new lights and the fog and everything like that, I think it was just something really different than what we've done in the past. So I think just all that leading up to then we're able to go play made it really special for us today.
I personally was pumped to see all these little kids and everybody else that came out, because it's always fun playing with a bigger crowd and they go crazy like Coach was saying, and just really thankful that they all came out, and with the new lights and everything, that was pretty cool too. So.
And then next question for Renee here. So first points of the game, you hit a three, and you only attempted 2 shots from range last year in games, and haven't hit one since the year before that. So, what was the thought behind that shot? Was it just you were open, or is that something you guys had planned going into it?
Just kind of happened, spur of the moment. I was open, and I was even joking around with some of the girls beforehand when we were shooting around, because I knocked 2 down. So I was like, I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do it. But it just kind of happened, and it was a good shot. It went in, so happy with that.
And then Coach Sally, how excited are you for that to be on tape for future opponents?
Yeah. I liked the aggressiveness that she took the shot with, and so it was written on the board, be aggressive and play in attack mode. And I thought she stepped into a wide open shot and stroked it like she meant to. And we'll keep it secret whether she meant to or not. But and when she hit it, I said to myself, oh man, she's ready to go. And then you look at her score and you look at what she put up, and she was. And when she plays like that, it's Katie bar the door, because it's going to be a big night. And so I was more excited, not necessarily because a 3 went in. I was more excited because it said, man, Renee's here to play. And we all know when Renee's here to play what it means.
Yeah, and then Renee, you have a very big size advantage over Arkansas Pine Bluff, and pretty much over everyone that you play against for the most part. So, what's it like when you have a performance like this? And when you can use, your gifts to your advantage like that.
I think it just kind of makes it easier for me to play. But I mean, even if I am playing against an opponent who is shorter than me, the girls from Arkansas Pine Bluff, they were strong girls, even though I did have height on them. So I still have to, remember that. And it doesn't just, I don't think it makes it extremely easy, but I think it kind of helps, get me in it a little bit when I start making shots. But, I also have to credit, stuff like that to my teammates, because when they see me open, they know the size advantage that I have, and they're looking to get me the ball, and I think that just helps me too.
And then, Mo, you also led the team in scoring in 24 points there. And again, I'm sure y'all are tired of answering this question by now, but with both of y'all dropping 20 points, you think you're finally going to get people to stop asking about Natalie being gone?
Maybe. Yeah, eventually we will. But Natalie, she was a great player, and, you have to give her credit because she did do a lot of good things here. But I think that if we keep playing the way that we all can, not just me and Renee, next time it's going to be Jill or somebody else putting up points like that, that we can get that kind of, out of the way, I guess.
And then, Coach, real quick, I keep jumping back between y'all, but Kaylin got the start today, and how would you kind of evaluate her performance? I know you haven't seen the tape yet, but just gut reaction.
Yeah, I thought she was really active. Her assist numbers were good, which we need her to be. I thought she was aggressive offensively, which we need her to be. And, I think if she knocks down free throws, her line looks a lot better. But she was active. And she's somebody that in that lineup, we can always put on another team's best perimeter player. And we know we've got that defensive prowess with the way she plays. So she brings a lot to the table. And then you think about it, when you can trot out there with three seniors, a junior, and a sophomore, and all the experience that those five kids, they've been through it all through this culture build, and they've been on the biggest stage. So that's a big part of why I think we started out the way we did, because we trotted five kids out there that have been there, done it, and knew exactly what it had to look like. And from the tip, maybe after the first possession because we didn't get the tip. But no, after the tip, it was you saw a lot of experience look really, really good.
Yeah, and then you mentioned aggressiveness on defense there, and it was really kind of the whole team. I'm sure you may have seen it, but to me, the first easy shot that I saw wasn't until the second quarter. Arkansas Pine Bluff, and it was very suffocating defense. Kaylin had 3 steals. A lot of defensive boards as usual for your
Right.
team. But, how important is that defense? I know that's something that you always stress.
Yeah, it's the reason that we were able to score 88, is because we played off our defense. And, what you don't know from team to team is how a certain team is going to execute a game plan. And we have always been a program that has a plan. Our players have done a tremendous job of sticking to it, even when a banked-in 3 goes in or kid hits a couple and gets hot. And I told them before, your job is to execute the game plan. My job is to adjust if we need to. And I thought we did a great job of coming out and executing our ball screen defense. We changed it up a little bit, did some different things, and I thought we executed them all fairly well for game 1. And so, to be this early into the season and be able to come out and execute a game plan as well and as focused as we did. Again, I talked about experience in the last question. That's what experience looked like today, is we were able to come out and in game 1 with very little scout prep, because we didn't have a ton of film on Pine Bluff, with it being the first game, we were able to come out and really execute a game plan and build the lead that we did.
Yeah, and then another thing is to speak of the experience here. If you exclude exhibition games, I believe this is actually the first season opener that Ball State's won in 10 years. So how big of a deal is it to get the season started off on the right foot like this? Yeah,
it's big. I didn't know that was. I didn't know it was a stat. I didn't know it was a record or whatever. But I'm glad I didn't. So it's. Again, you're talking about building a program and building a culture and doing things the right way. hopefully 10 years from now, the record's the other way around, and it's 10 years in a row that we've won game one. And that's what we're trying to do with this program. And when you have this much experience back, you've got 4 starters, you've got the depth that we do, you should expect to come out and play at a high level from day one, and I thought we did today.
One last question, please.
Someone else got one. Now, you mentioned the depth there real quick. Destiny Washington came in and had a pretty solid game, and, Franny got you 16 minutes there. And again, was the lead you guys had in the game, we put in, pretty much your whole bench there. So, what did you see from your bench players there?
Well, again, there's going to be some of them that just have to play their way into some roles, and, they needed to get out there and get the nerves out. You saw a couple of them that, it was everything they had to be able to take one step in front of the other when they were that nervous, but that's what you got to do early in the season is hopefully build a lead and be able to get some of those players some minutes. And, Franny needed to get in there and break a sweat and get some good reps. And, she struggled at times with some turnovers, but it was good to see that. I thought Destiny was extremely active, which is what she's going to have to do. We got to get her to quit fading away. And she's not going to get those calls, and I think she's starting to understand that. But I loved how she went to the boards, and she just is around the ball. She's active, and things happen when she's in. So if we can extend that depth and we can get it, into 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there, and we can get high-level minutes out of them, the sky's the limit for this group.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
Ladies, congratulations again. Good luck next Wednesday.